Now this is a healthy signal, but look at this. Now this was at a very high gain level. It just becomes like a square wave. What is gain staging? Have you guys ever wondered about gain staging and how puzzling it is for you? Have you guys seen, like, after you finish recording, you find these places where the waveform literally becomes flat, or it distorts, or it is peaking, and you just don't understand why that is happening and what you need to do in order for that to not happen? So we'll be covering everything about all those problems in today's video. We'll be learning about what gain staging really is, why we need to do it, how we need to do it, and if there's a problem in gain staging after recording, what you need to look out for in order for that to not happen. So we'll be covering all these topics in today's video. So without any delay, let's get started. Gain staging is nothing but setting your input volume right before you begin to record. Okay, that's all that gain staging is. So you basically set a right level of volume to enter into the microphone when you begin to record. Okay, imagine you have this level of volume capacity through your mic. Now you set your volume levels to a certain level and you're singing. So what will you do when you're singing? If you play it back and if you think the volume is very low, automatically you will begin to increase the gain and begin recording, and when you listen to it loudly, you feel satisfied. Okay, it is loud. Okay, sometimes if you don't still feel satisfied, you will keep on raising that volume level up and up and up until it becomes too loud. Sometimes people lose the perception of too loud. They don't even think that is something wrong that's happening and that you need to lower things down or change your volume levels. Okay, so gain staging basically puts you in a level where distortion doesn't happen and in a place where the recording levels are good. It's all about the input volume. Now what we're going to see is how we're going to gain stage and how we're going to set those levels up. The method remains the same wherever you go to. It's just how you do it after that. Okay, so let me show you how I do it. This is a picture of the interface that I am using. This is Scarlett Solo model, and this place exactly here is where you will be adjusting your microphone gain. Okay, basically you will be turning it down or up, and that determines the gain of your input signal. All right, you can see the input coming over here in green color, right? Now look at this number. It's at -6. Okay. Now when I talk a bit loudly, hello, hello, you can see that it has gone to -2.6. So this number basically determines the highest value that I am speaking through. Okay. So the highest loudness that is going through this microphone, that is recorded over here. All right. So if I talk very loudly, this shoots up. Okay. So with this in mind, we're gonna set the gain level, and this is how I generally do gain staging. So just follow along with me so that you can understand well. The gain knob that I showed you, I lower it to 0, and then I'm gonna start singing a song. Okay, so when I'm singing, I'm gonna slowly raise it up while checking this number over here, and the desired number that I want to reach is somewhere around -6. All right, so I'm just gonna lower the volume down, and then I'm gonna sing and start increasing it till it comes to -6. All right. To honor you, Lord, with all my heart, I worship you. All I have within me, I give you praise. I kept increasing the gain level while I was singing, and I was looking at this peak level over here. At one point, it reached beyond -6, right? It went to -5, -5.2, like that. So I wanted to reduce it a little bit so that my end result should be that when I reach the loudest point in the song, when I sing loudly, it should be somewhere around -6. Okay. Now this is how I do gain staging, and let me tell you why I want to leave some room and not, just record till it's at 0 dB or anything. Remember we talked about headroom, where you need to leave some space always, and especially that is required for the mastering engineer, because when you give the song at maximum loudness, the mastering engineer can practically do nothing because he has to work in that song and he needs to have some space to work on it also, right? And while recording itself, if you don't leave that headroom, then that becomes a very big problem for the mixing and the mastering engineer to work on your song. So every time before you begin to record, just do a vocal check. Okay, just sing it, or if you're playing the guitar, play the guitar once and have a check and see if your levels are fine. If it's shooting beyond a certain limit, say beyond -6 or beyond -5, then try to reduce the gain, okay? That doesn't mean you have to sing it softly or you have to step away from the mic. It doesn't mean that. It just means you need to lower the gain level. After I set the gain level, it just remains untouched, alright? I'm not gonna mess around with the gain knob anymore after this throughout the vocal recording, okay? So when I'm singing and I continue to sing, in case in one or two places it shoots up a little bit, then it's fine. Just a little bit, okay? The point is that this green line over here, now listen to it. This green line over here, did you see those red color marks? That you should not get it. So basically you would want this green color to retain that way while singing also, okay? That means your signal is healthy and it's fine. Now imagine I keep the gain levels too loud and I start singing. This is with a healthy gain level. This is my desire. Now I'm gonna increase the gain level to maximum and I'm gonna show you how it'll otherwise look like, okay? And you might want to turn down your volume a little bit for this because it might be too loud. This is my desire. I'm gonna really expand it and show both these graphs to you. Now this is a healthy signal. If it is a healthy signal, all these waveforms, basically all these are sine waves, okay? So all these, you can see that it is starting and it is ending and it's smooth and you have all your waveforms correct over here. But look at this. Now this was at a very high gain level. It just becomes like a square wave. Look at all these places. So it just cuts. You don't want to lose your signals, right? This is called distortion or this is called peaking, alright? This is an extreme level of showing you how distortion sounds like or when the gain levels are entirely wrong, okay? But this may not be the case when you record. What will happen is when doing a sound check, you will just check it maybe by singing very softly. So maybe the engineer will keep it a little higher, the gain, and then later on when you actually start recording, you might sing very loudly. What will happen? The gain at some places it will start peaking, okay? You don't want that also to happen. You want the signal to be healthy throughout the recording, right? So it's better to keep the gain at a reasonable range, and when you do vocal check, do it like a performance so that will give you a clear idea of where your loud points are and where your soft points are, and that will also give the person who's recording a good idea of where to set his gain levels, okay? Rather than just changing the gain levels here and there while recording, it is always good to keep the gain levels initially itself and start recording, okay? There's one question that you might ask. I have set one gain level and it has come like this. What if I just add a gain plugin over here and then reduce it? Or what if I just reduce the volume over here after the mixing, okay? You know what? Let's just try it and see. We'll click this track over here and reduce the gain over here. Now look, if you actually zoom in, look at this. It is still a square wave only. It doesn't make sense at all if you already peak the volume while recording, thinking, okay, they can just add a plugin and reduce the volume or they can just reduce the gain. If an audio is distorted or if it is peaking, there is no way you can come around with it, okay? That is gonna sound bad and you need to record your vocals or record whatever you're recording again. Imagine when you get the audio itself, it looks healthy, but it still looks very loud and you want to reduce it while mixing, okay? You don't have to bother about, oh my god, the volume is too loud, maybe I need to go record it again even though it's not distorting. No, you don't have to worry about that. This time what you need to do is just go over here and add a gain plugin and then first listen to the track and see how high it's peaking, alright? This is my desire. So look over here, the peak is at -0.5. So now that is too loud and definitely when you're mixing, you don't want this to happen. So immediately what you need to do, add a gain plugin and reduce around 5 dB. This is my desire. Now it's coming around -6. If the signal looks healthy but it's a little loud, you can fix that, okay? But if the signal is not healthy, if it's distorting even in one or two places, it's better you do the recording again. That's my only thing that I want to leave with you. Recording is a fundamental place where you fix everything correct. That's the first stage of everything, okay? So you should not mess up your fundamental stage itself. That has to be perfect, and for that, this fundamental topic of gain staging is very important, okay? So one more thing that I want to let you guys know is if you've set your gain level, levels, and if I'm wearing a headphones, for example, and I'm the singer and I'm singing through the mic, and I find that the headphone volume is very low, okay, your job is not to increase the gain level just so that they can hear it better in the headphones. Your job is to increase the headphone levels or the monitor levels, okay? So either you can change these levels over here, or most interfaces have this monitor button where you can just increase, okay? In mine, this is the button that I use to increase the headphone levels, okay? So use that, okay? That does not affect the gain at all, okay? It just boosts the level through your headphones or through the speakers or whatever, but it has nothing to do with the gain, okay? So I hope you learned something about gain staging. This is all the information that I know about gain staging, and if you have any doubts regarding it, just put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you have more additional information that you want to add to this, just put it in the comments so that we all can grow as a community and we can learn from each other and become better producers. So that is it for today, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Continue to learn, never stop making music, and I'll see you guys in another video.